Hey, it's Halloween. Let's make a monster milk jug craft. You can use it to put your candy in or anything else you'd like. Mostly it's just for fun. We'll have a monstrously good time. This is a step-by-step tutorial on how to make the monster milk jug Halloween craft. If you get behind on a step, just stop the video and finish up. I want you to enjoy the process, so don't feel like you need to be in a hurry. So let's go have some fun. I've wanted to make a monster milk jug Halloween decoration for quite a while, and it's time. So I'm going to be cutting this milk jug to a shape, and what I think I would like to do is cut this so this is a nose coming down here, a funny nose. I'm going to put his eyes here and some ears. So I'm going to draw on the front where I'm going to cut, and it's going to have kind of a smile with teeth in it that goes like this. And then I'll cut that part out, and we'll kind of make this up as I go, like I said. All right, so I'm going to draw. Big smile. Like that. And if I can, I'm going to leave a couple teeth, maybe 2 on the top and maybe 2 on the bottom. We'll see if that will work out okay as I'm cutting it out. I tore the label off. It was bright pink, and we're going to spray paint this, so I don't think it'd be a problem, but we'll see. And I'm going to try using a little like utility knife with a blade. So this is kind of dangerous. This might be something, if you're doing this with kids, you might want to do that yourself. And I've often found that just pressing down, kind of like a little bit of a seesaw motion, works really well. And once I get it started, I might switch over to a scissors. This is working really well though. So I think I'll keep doing it this way. So I just press the point down and then lift it back up, press it down and up, and it's pretty good. It's working really well actually. And I think I'm going to cut out half the smile and then turn the jug over and cut out the other half. Looky there, that just worked out slick. The milk jugs are pretty lightweight plastic, so it's not like trying to cut through a really heavyweight plastic on a container. Okay, so now it's kind of getting a little more difficult. Let's see if I can't pull that out and hold it while I keep cutting. And after this, I may start cutting with the scissors if it works better. We'll see. But this really worked out well to get it started. Poke down, pull up, poke down, pull up. I'm going to cut this part out. Looky there, that worked out really good. Alright, let's see if I want to keep doing it with this little utility knife or if I want to switch to a scissors.
I'm going to keep doing it with the knife, I think. This is just working really well. Here's one of my upper teeth. Gets a little harder once I get the top part cut. It's so kind of wiggly. All right, so let me try switching to a scissors and just I'll tell you what I think. Always make sure to pull the blade of your utility knife in. Okay, let's see if we can't just switch over here. I'll cut that part out. And I don't know, that utility knife is pretty nice, but I think this works well too. So I just kind of keep cutting little sections out. Yeah, that works really well. Dropped one of the little things inside its mouth. There it is. Wahaha! That looks awesome. I love it. Turned out just like I was hoping. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, the other thing I'm going to cut out is, I'm going to cut out the top right here because I'm going to want to use this kind of like hair. And it sits too high. I'd like it closer to its head. So I'm going to try cutting this whole section out here. But if you, depending on how you want to make your monster, so you could make it on this side and cut your face up higher if you want to, or you could even make it on a flat side and cut this out. There's a circle nose right there, or not a nose, but a mouth. You could make a circle and make eyes up here for your monster milk jug Halloween decoration. So there's lots of options. Flat side, these two sides with this as a nose, the handle like a nose like I did. So let me know what you decide on doing. Okay, so I'm going to try the utility knife again, and I'm going to cut off this whole upper section. And again, I'm just going to do the poke and pull method here. Make sure you don't put your hands back behind there, because these blades are very sharp. Of course, they sure are handy. I use mine a lot for this kind of thing, actually. There we go, we're starting to get it off. Poke and pull. Right, I'm going to finish that up with my scissors. All right, oh yes, I like that better for what I'm doing. See, out of that top part you could glue things in that go up like hair, but I'm going to use this bath sponge and make it my hair. I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add some of these in with it and hot glue it in. So we're going to do that after we paint the milk jug. So I think I'm ready to go outside and paint this. What do you think? He's pretty funny. I like him. So I just thought of something. I want to have some ears and feet on this guy, and I think I want it painted. I want it spray painted. So I'm going to add those on now. So I'm going to set my milk jug back for a minute, and I'm going to make some feet. I'm going to make them out of these little pieces of cardboard that I saved off the back of like a notepad or something. So let me just draw a little bit where the monster goes here. Just drawing around my milk jug a little bit. And I want those feet to poke out here. What kind of feet do I want him to have? How about, he'll be a three-toed monster. And have little toenails on his feet. Ha! Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to leave that section underneath that goes underneath the milk jug. None of this has to be perfect. You just invent whatever you'd like. You could make him have flipper feet, or bird-like feet, or frog feet-like. You could have round feet. It can be anything that you want it to be. Use your imagination. Okay, so there's my feet. Then I'm going to make some hands that kind of stick out. And I want them both to look the same. So I'm going to fold this in half and try cutting them out at the same time. If it's too heavy, I'll do one and then I'll trace around it. But he's going to have arms that stick out, and I'm going to leave a little section that I can glue on. See? I'm going to bend that back and glue it to the side. So the arms are going to stick out from there, and he's going to have, just like his feet, he's going to have three little kind of finger-like things. Let's see if I can cut this out at one time. Okay, my cardboard's not very heavy and it's working for me. But if that doesn't work for you, you could cut one and then trace it so the other one looks the same. And just like I said about the feet, your monster can have webbed fingers or flipper-like fingers, or it can have long fingers or short fingers. Okay, so I have two pieces here, and they look the same because I cut them out at the same time. But again, if your cardboard's too thick, you could draw a second one and just trace around it and then cut your second one out. So mine were cut at the same time. So there's two hands, and I'm going to fold this back right here, and that flap is what I'm going to use to glue it onto the milk jug. So I'll do that on each of these. And lastly, I'm going to do some ears. I want some funny ears that stick out of his head. So again, I want those to be the same. So I'm going to cut, since my cardboard's not too heavy, I'm going to cut it at the same time. Let's see. Okay, I need a little section that's going to glue on to the milk jug. Remember? Fold that back so it glues on, and then so my ears are going to come out from there. See, I'm going to have kind of funny ears like that. I like to save cardboard and have a little bit around, like from a cereal box, or these came off the back of a notepad that I was using. And I just keep a little stack of them, and then I can grab one when I need it, because when I want to do a craft, I don't want to have to go pour a whole box of cereal out to get some cardboard. Okay, oh, I'm kind of thinking this is going to be fun. So now there's two ears, and I'm going to fold back those two sections. They look like beans. When I fold that back, see, I'll be able to glue that on to the side of its head. Almost looks like a butterfly when I put them together, doesn't it? That's kind of cute. All right, but this is supposed to be a monster, not cute, right? So before I paint this, I'm wanting to go ahead and glue these things onto my milk jug so that I can paint them all the same color. And then I'm going to come back and use some craft paints to decorate over the top. So I've got my hot glue gun here, and I think that's what it's going to take. I think I'm going to start by putting on the ears. Let me look here. I was thinking about doing an ear here, and then let's see, do I have room for the hands too if I do that? I'll have to put the hands a little bit lower, which will work fine. Or I can trim my ears up a little bit. I think I'm going to do that. Let's make these not quite so long, and then I can fit the hands underneath them better. I didn't think about that when I made them. All right. So the ear is going to go on up high. I'm going to use this one over here. Always be very careful with your hot glue gun. And I bent that little piece over. I'll show you on the next one that I do. Okay, so there's that ear. Remember, I bent a little piece off, and that's where the hot glue is sticking to my container. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on over here. So turn my jug around. And then press that little flap into the hot glue and hold it for a second. Ah, I like it. He's got two ears sticking out. And next we're going to put on his hands. One here. And again, I made that little flap. So the hand is going to go kind of right underneath the ear. Then everything will be the same color. When we go outside, I'm going to paint everything with spray paint, all the outside. And then, got this flap, I'm going to put it over here. I did think later you could use felt and glue things on that made out of felt on here. I didn't get any felt out to use on this, I just used cardboard, which I think is going to work out really well. And the last thing I'm going to glue on is the feet. This will be a little bit hard for you to see, I think. But I'm going to glue underneath here and then just set the jug on it. So there will be hot glue underneath the jug to hold this on. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so cute. So okay, I'm going to take you outside and we're going to spray paint this with my green color shot that I got at Walmart. Any spray paint will do, and if you'll notice it says it's good on wood, metal, plastic, and crafts. So I just loved this color. I'll take you outside next. I should have chosen a less windy day. We're going to give it a try. this really cracks me up. We've been outside and it's been spray painted and it just makes me laugh already. So we're going to do a little decorating of this guy. And one thing I want to do is add on some hair. And I think I'm going to use this bath or shower sponge and hot glue that to the top of the head. What do you think? And I think I'm going to also put these underneath it and then twist them. So I'm going to glue it on like this, hot glue it, and then I'm going to twist those pipe cleaners. I don't know if it's going to work or not. You guys are experimenting with me. So, let's see if my hot glue gun is hot yet. Oh, it's ready to go. So I'm going to put a little glue on either side of the head here and get these things in there first. Kind of bend them over into that glue. Then I'm going to put hot glue all the way around the top. See if we can get that sponge to sit on here and stay. All right. So I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing here. Does that help for you to see better? So I hot glued all the way around the top. Now I'm pressing it on, hoping that it's going to stay, because it's kind of poofy, which is what it's supposed to be, is poofy. I kind of like that color with the green and that coral color. I think it's going to stay. If I have to, I'll add a little more glue. There, I think kind of looks like a Oompa Loompa or something. All right, going to gently twist. I'm going to gently twist these pipe cleaners around my pen so that they kind of go up in different directions in a curlicue. You might have other craft supplies that you think are fun to use. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Maybe you have some felt you'd like to use, or you could use some beads and glue them onto this with beads or pony beads. Any craft supplies that you have. Stickers would work on here. So these, I'm just giving you the idea, then I want your imagination just to take off from there. Just kind of want these to look like they're just wild and crazy. Let me see what that looks like here. What do you think? Oh my gosh, this is really fun. All right, so now I'm going to curl these over here. I maybe should have curled them before I even put them on here. I don't know. And a pencil would work too. Curl them around a pencil. I really like using pipe cleaners. And these were ones that I'd used in a different project, so they were all kind of crinkly up anyway. So this is a good way to use them up. I'm just going to try curling them with my fingers. I guess I don't need a pen. What do you think? This is also a recycle project because we're recycling a milk jug, and I like that too, when we can use things more than once, like a milk jug. All right, are you ready? Let's see what kind of crazy hair my monster has. All right, I'm kind of liking that. It's weird, it's funny. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is paint some eyes on here, and then I'm going to add these beads that I have, these wooden beads. And I was going to paint these a color, but now that I'm looking at it, if I have a background, I'll glue those beads on. I think it'll work pretty well. I'm going to put some paint on my plate. So I put some yellow, white, and black paint on my plate over here. So I thought I would paint some background on his eyes yellow. It's going to be kind of hard to cover that green up. I'm not going to worry about it too much. It'll be kind of a yellowy green color. And this paint has a little bit of trouble covering up spray paint. So this will be kind of the background of the eyes, and then I'm going to make white. I'm kind of similar in size. Kind of two big ovals. And then I'm going to put some white on top of that. And I'm going to put some white on his toenails. So I'm going to try to not get this on me, forget and get into it. But he'll have little white nails. On this side. And his toenails too, of course. One, two, three on each foot and on each hand. Or whatever they are. Paws. What does a monster have? Does he have paws or hands? I don't know. Yeah, I like that. Well, while I have white on my brush, I'm going to come back and do inside ovals on these eyes. So a little bit of dried paint there for some reason. I'm going to glue my beads on top of that. After the paint dries. And I almost forgot, his teeth need to be white too. Having to put this paint on pretty heavy. Okay, I'm going to let him dry, and then I'll glue on those beads. Oh, I forgot one more thing I want to do before we leave him. I wanted to make a little bit of a inside of his ear mark, kind of a little squirrely, little squiggly, I mean, which will be his ear. Don't know what monster ears look like, but this monster ear looks like this. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay, so I'm liking the monster here. Clean my brush. Not very spooky, but pretty fun. So I think the paint is dry and we're ready to glue on some eyes. So I have these 2 beads that I'm going to use and hot glue them on. Okay, there's the first one. Ta-da! That's pretty cute. And the second one, just hold it so it stays in place. They're fairly even. You can see better than I can, I think, from your perspective. Hold them until they're firm and the glue starts setting up. I think they look pretty even, don't they? Oh, ta-da, there we go. There's our little monster. He's so cute. I guess a monster isn't supposed to be cute. I just don't know how to make scary monsters. Well, I need to put away some of my supplies, which is always a good idea. So the next time you come to your craft area, it's all cleaned up. And then I know where things are too. That's always nice. The do-it-yourself monster milk jug Halloween decoration.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed making the monster milk jug Halloween craft with me. I'm going to use mine to put some treats in for my trick-or-treaters. Complete instructions for this craft, plus a lot more full-length tutorials, are found over at welcometananas.com. Come on over and join the fun.